Now, have you ever wondered what the secret is to getting a new job? Well, if you've spent hours and hours fretting over your CV or resume in the hope it'll land you that new opportunity and possibly a pay rise, well, you can stop right now, because what you write on it is apparently only 10% of why a company hires you. So should we be doing this with a big pen? Well, I'll tell you who can tell us. Gary Burnison is the chief executive of the management consultancy firm Korn Ferry.
Yes.
And author of the book, Lose the Resume, Land the Job. What do you do then when they say, send us your CV or resume? Do you say, no, I don't have one?
No, you have to do it. but most people think it's 90% of the deal when it's only 10%, right?
How do you reach that figure, 10%?
Oh, I've seen it just in the boardroom. I've seen it with people coming out of college that they're clueless. They hate their boss. They hate their job. And what do? The first thing we do is we go and we try to update the resume. And so we look for the proper word. We think we're Dickens. We get so frustrated that we give up. And that's only 10% of the deal. And there's much more, in terms of how you should spend your time looking for a new job.
What should you do then?
Network, network, network. I mean, I think that it actually first, this may sound cliche, but it starts with happiness, that it starts with purpose. And so I think you have to look in the mirror and say, what really gets me up without the alarm clock? That's what you have to do. And then think about the industries, the sectors, the kind of companies that you'd like to work for, and target those places and get a warm introduction. That's what you want, is a warm introduction into a company.
Having said that, though, I mean, a lot of people will update their online profiles, things like LinkedIn and so on. How much do they need to be looking at their their digital footprint on a more broad level? If they're posting their holiday photos or, that sort of thing. Do employers look at that, or are they not fussed?
It's the first thing I look at. So, what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. So I was with my oldest daughter going to an interview, 9:30 at night. I said, hey, Steph, let's Google. I pull up the image, orange hair, nose ring, Mardi Gras beads. I said, is that the first image?
And what about her? What was she wearing?
And it's not who she is,
Yeah.
right? But she was having a great time.
Yeah.
And so it is the first thing that I look at. It's the first thing that employers look at. So my advice there is play defense before you play offense. Be smart.
Getting back to the the CV thing, you're saying that it only makes the 10% of the decision. What are the things you can do to make it count for more? If you're going to take the trouble of sending in a resume, what are the main problems that people have with it? What should they try and put right?
Yeah, well, first of all, remember that the average interviewer spends less than 20 seconds looking at your CV before the interview. So you got to remember that. So you have to be prepared. You have to do your homework going into that interview. But it is true that companies use AI and they're scanning resumes, right? So you need to look at the job description that's posted, and you're going to have to use some of those key words. I hate to say it, but if you want to play the game, that's what you have to do.
And that's how you hear the magic words, you're hired.
And hopefully not, you're fired.
Indeed, indeed. Gary, thank you very much indeed. Gary Burnison there speaking to us about the perils of getting the CV right or wrong.